What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate. Reverse rants, no hate. So, you guys saw the thumbnail. And here's a situation where every time a fighter pops dirty, why is it when they come back, they never look the same? Why are they not as muscular? They're not as ripped up. Why? What happened to all the flexing and posing? What happened to all of that? Huh? I dare anybody to say, oh, he's matured. Same thing we saw with Conor Ben. The knockouts stopped. Think about it. He was knocking everybody out. Back-to-back knockouts. And all of a sudden, he pops dirty. He comes back. He doesn't look as solid, as bulky, as big. Yeah. Even Alicia Baumgardner. She naturally, Alicia Baumgardner is into her fitness regardless. I think even if she wasn't boxing, she still is into her fitness. But even she didn't look as sculpted. She still had the muscles, but she wasn't as sculpted as she normally was. All in her back and her shoulders. Go look at her fights before. You'll see what I'm talking about. The definition wasn't the same. Why is it that these fighters, all of a sudden, see, because whatever the fuck was in your system that was helping add that muscle, that was helping give you that boost of energy or whatever the fuck it was doing, yeah, it's no longer in your system. So that drive isn't the same. Man, Bill Haney was standing there. He was talking to reporters or whatever, and he's asking them, and they know damn well, before he even opened his mouth, I was in my kitchen when they're washing the fucking dishes, just finished eating, and I saw I had it YouTube Chromecast. I was watching on my TV on my big screen, and I see Ryan, and immediately I said, damn, this dude look flabby as shit. First fucking thing came to my mind when I saw him. And all of a sudden, I'm looking, and Bill starts asking the questions. You got music in the background, everything. So I go get my remote to turn the TV up, and I'm hearing what he's saying, and I'm like, wow. Once again, not shocking, but here we go. No steroids, no P.E.D.s in your system. All of a sudden, you look pretty fucking normal. Ryan was always a skinny motherfucker. I've never seen Ryan at any point in time look muscular in his career. And all of a sudden, here he goes. When he pops dirty, look at what happens. You look at certain situations, and like the hypocrisy is so crazy because people are just openly stupid, man. You hear me say things where I agree with Eddie Hearn. You hear me say things where I completely disagree with Eddie Hearn. Same with Oscar De La Hoya, anybody. So I'm straight up and down with everything I say and do. I'm not in the fucking, oh, this is my favorite guy. Oh, I don't defend shit. I defend the truth, the logic, the sound reasoning, critical thinking. That's what I defend. Oscar De La Hoya is such a fucking hypocrite. So let me tie this in. So you can see Ryan's face. He realizes he hears Bill yelling some shit out, but he also see Bill's face, and then all of a sudden, one of the fucking reporters, Bill asked him, "You tell me he don't look the same. He looks the same to you." You hear somebody say he looks a lot smaller. Then you hear somebody else say, "I told you he looks more in shape." Like he was trying to be an asshole, basically. And Bill goes, "Hey, you can't see him laughing off camera," but that's what he says. But bottom line is, I look at that shit, man, and I'm like, wow. I just saw a video also of Oscar De La Hoya being asked a question, right? He says, reporter says, so Oscar, and let me just say for the record, to all you racist motherfuckers out there, it was Latino that asked him the question. Radio Raheem also got a question in it, okay? But the Latino reporter asked him, so Oscar, he says, said what you said about, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, you said whatever you said about, Chris Eubanks Jr., not being able to make the 0.2 ounces or whatever, because Oscar says he sympathizes with him, but, right, it's your job to, as a professional, you have to make the weight. Something to that effect, bottom line. So I sympathize with him, but there's criticism there. So he does that shit, right? And so he says, so how come you don't have the same energy? Like if you can say what you said about Chris Eubanks Jr. not making 2 ounces, how come you don't have to keep the same energy or the same perspective or something like that? give the same leeway, I think that's what he said, to with Ryan Garcia. Why you don't say the same thing about him? You know what this motherfucking bitch ass Oscar stood there and said? Well, I'm not a fighter. So what the fuck you mean you're not a fighter? Once a fighter, always a fighter. You might not be shit right now, but once a fighter, always a fighter. Simple, right? In the same fucking interview, Radio Raheem asked him something about controlling the weight or being something with the weight or getting the weight down, and he go, well, you know, I'm a fighter, so I know how to do these other things. So wait, in the same interview, you went from saying I'm a fighter to I'm not a fighter. And then he basically said something to the effect that, well, I mean, he didn't make the weight, so, you know, they could have said, okay, well, no fight then, and then, you know, come back and fight, you know, at another time. But he didn't do that, and he got knocked out. And he tried to haul ass out the fucking, you know, from being interviewed and asked questions. First of all, the fight was ruled a no contest. The decision was reversed. Secondly, he didn't get knocked out. The fuck are you talking about? This shit went 12 rounds. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It went the distance. He got knocked down several times, and your cheating, dirty, racist ass fighter who was on P.E.D.s couldn't even finish off a motherfucker who was dead in the ring. And I'm sitting there going, Ryan, just knock his ass out. He's done. I wanted to see Devin win, but it's like, he's done. He's on bandy legs. He's gone. He never recovered from the first time he got hurt. And this cheating motherfucker couldn't put a dead man out. And then basically some shit that Golden Boy got posted up on their, on one of their channels about this will never be erased. Something history will never be forgotten or erased, or some shit to that effect, right? You're sitting here bragging off a motherfucker who was on P.E.D.s. A motherfucker who was on P.E.D.s and couldn't finish off a dude that was hurt. That was, I mean, Devin had to hold on. That. You mean to tell me your fighter don't know how to fucking set up shots and get a motherfucker off him? Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm just like, wow. But this happens all the time with these dirty, cheating ass fighters. Here's the thing. Fighters that don't ever pop dirty. People want to throw shade and what if scenarios. But people that pop dirty, if you're a fan of them, or oh, she's so beautiful, I don't think she did it. Then all of a sudden now you don't think that person did it. Even though they pop dirty, or they didn't do it on purpose, they didn't know. Right, so you just got people shoving food down your mouth like a baby. They're sticking a bottle in your mouth to feed you. Like people are so full of it, man. And I'm looking, and you know what? Back when I first started making these videos about racist Ryan and his cheating ass, I said, you know what? And those who've been rocking with me know, and people even went in the comment section and said, yeah, I believe that's exactly what we're going to see. I said, we're going to see. We already know he popped dirty. So let's see if the next time Ryan gets in the ring, if he looks the same. And he looked the same to any of y'all? Because he damn sure looks soft and flabby to me. Yeah, and I know. And I'm looking at this motherfucker. I just started laughing. I said, wow, man, look at this shit. Look at this motherfucker. See, this is what happens, guys. When people just get complacent, they have a massive ego. They have people around them that they know are gonna lie and cover for them. You know, Lamont Roach told a story about how when he was fighting against Tank is saying to him, they're not gonna give it to you. They ain't gonna give you that. You think they're gonna give it to you? Like, you know, the judges, like bottom line, they're not gonna give it to you. Now, if Tank admits to saying that, what would he say? Man, it was a close fight. I feel as though I was winning, but in a close fight, you know what I'm saying? The champion get it, but I feel as though I won. So, you know, that's what I was saying. Lamont Roach is saying it from a perspective of, yeah, you know I won this fight. You know damn well I won. But Tank is saying they're not going to give it to you regardless. I'm not shocked by any of that, and I really don't even care about all of that, you know, because the judges are who they are. Corruption and dirty business has been going on forever, but it's funny how for certain fighters we'll overlook it, and other fighters, you know, we'll call them out on it. But damn sure, when I look at this fucking Ryan Garcia, I'm like, nah, this motherfucker don't look the same. And like I said, I named other fighters the same way, how when they weren't on P.E.D.s, all of a sudden they come back and you know, they're not the same physically. Their bodies don't look the same. You know, when they exert energy, they get tired, you know, a lot sooner than they used to. Like all of these different things that you notice. And when they're not getting the knockouts, people don't think about that, huh? We've seen this so many times. But it's what I said, man. People are just nasty, evil, mean, fucking, like, just nasty, rotten, low-down, disgusting scumbag human beings. And that's real shit, man. People don't give a fuck about your life. All they care about is money. That's all they care about is success and money, to the point where, hey, man, so sell yourself. Sell yourself. You know, embarrass yourself, humiliate yourself, whatever it is. I don't care. Disgrace yourself. Disgrace the sport. As long as that money is there, that's all we care about. Hey, fuck the critics. The critics are going to come to see you lose as long as they come. Whether they tune in to see you win or lose. As long as they're tuning in, as long as they're coming out, that's all we care about. We don't care if a motherfucker's dirty unless it's our opponent. Then we can talk shit about the opponent. But that's why the commentator, the interviewer was asking him, the reporter rather was asking him, you know, why you don't have the same energy with Ryan Garcia? He had to lose 3 pounds. And you make excuses for him. And then you also, but yet you say you critique, you know, Chris Eubanks. So sitting there saying I sympathize with him don't mean shit. But then at the same time he goes, well, he says, well, you mean you're not a fighter? You are a fighter. He goes, yeah, but I mean I'm not Ryan. Like, man, at the end of the day, Ryan's gonna do what he's gonna do, right? Really. So at the end of the fucking day, you're not telling us anything we don't know. Ryan openly said in front of a camera, hey, fuck that weight, man. I'm not going to lose that weight. I want to be strong for the fight. Standing drinking beers on the scale, all this bullshit. And even like Eddie Hearn, dumbass, I think it's good for the sport. No, it's not good for the fucking sport, motherfucker. It's not. Ryan Garcia is everything that's wrong with boxing. And him and his fucking race fans can cheer and salute him all he wants. But at the end of the fucking day, the same fucking way that he cheated against Devin, and we already know what happened. We don't need to go down that fucking route anymore. But at the same way, if Raleigh fucked around and knocked his bitch ass out, you know what will be really funny? I could hear all the fucking excuses. I've been through so much, man, and you know my head wasn't in the right spot. I can see it right now. And even though we know Raleigh really ain't shit, if he beats Raleigh, they'll try to make this like this was some super fighter, like that he went in there and just destroyed a top level guy. Even for him to talk shit about he won a rematch with Tank, you took a knee like a bitch and you quit. You quit. I guess you didn't have your P.E.D.s when you fought Tank. But this is exactly why I do what I do and expose shit and bring shit to the light, because the rest of these bitch-made motherfuckers, they want to make excuses. And for the people out there that put real solid content out, that will address these situations, salute to y'all, because that's what the fuck we supposed to do. But at the same fucking time, I'm not at all shocked by anything that I just witnessed, anything that we talked about. This is what it is. These motherfuckers cheat. When they finally get caught, now they have attention on them. They have to straighten up now. They know, okay, I get caught again, and I've already been had my little detention, my little slap on the hand, 1 year vacation. It might be worse next time. So, yeah, he blamed the fucking drugs on the Haney's. He blamed it on Victor Conte. He blamed it on Diddy. He blamed it on every fucking body. This dude almost has as many excuses as Deontay Wilder does. But somehow he's a victim. Yeah, he's a victim of his own bullshit and his own racist fans' bullshit. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.